What got me originally interested in your study and this idea of these lost cities in the Amazon? It goes back to a couple of things. I'm a geologist, I'm not an
Yeah.
archaeologist, but I do study a lot of Holocene climate change, and I use proxies to study human environmental interactions. So I have some experience in the literature and what have you. But it was Charles Mann's book,
Yeah.
1491,
Very good one.
which really opened my eyes to the world right before Christopher Columbus sails to Hispaniola in 1492. Charles Mann attempts to summarize what had happened in the pre-Columbian North and South
Yeah.
America right up to that point of contact. The one thing that stood out to me was in the early 1500s, sailors off the coast of the Americas, the East Coast, noticed fires as far as the eye could see, and they could find barely any place to as a safe harbor. And just a century later in the 1600s, many of these places were pretty much abandoned or deserted, likely because of diseases. So there was this rapid population collapse on a scale maybe we underestimated. But more relevant to Ecuador, the early explorers in the Amazon, the early Europeans that showed up there, made it up the river, they talk about these huge populations they encountered in these landscaped, perfectly manicured landscapes and large amounts of agriculture. In the recent literature in the West and among academics, a lot of the people discounted their accounts as exaggerations. For
Yeah.
economic reasons, often you'll hear or you'll read in books that, you know, they probably exaggerated these claims because they wanted to prove that their journey was worthy. There's gold there. There's economic opportunity there. Invest here, bring money here. So we got to have some incentive to exaggerate. But it turns out with your research and going with other people's work that they may not have been exaggerating. Hey, are you enjoying this video? Because if you are, I'd like you to please like it and subscribe to my channel to support science communication. I'm here at Waikiki Beach on this wonderful day. Please help me grow the channel.
This is true. And there's one thing. The Upano culture was between 1000 BC up to 600, so 1600 years. That is like Roman Empire, more or less.
Right.
So it's very long. But at the time, it's one of the first, I would say up to now, it's the first city, the oldest city, the city of the Amazon. It's true that from 1000, 1200, another proto-urbanism began, completely different, began in certain parts of the Amazon. The first to see that was the US archaeologist Mike Eckenberger, who did study the proto-urbanism in the upper Xingu. And at this time, too, all the archaeologists were laughing about this, such incredible discovery, but he was right. And so we had another lecture of another reading of the Orellana book, because we are speaking basically on the Orellana book. Francisco de Orellana did organize in 1541 an expedition to the west to look for canal trees in the Amazon and looking for gold also. This is an expedition who during was along the Amazon. They were not in the Upano Valley. They were more to the north. So they never saw the Upano. And anyway, Upano cities were collapsed at this time for one millennium. So they went on the Napo River, but they didn't have enough to eat. Part of the soldiers, there were 200 soldiers, like 60 soldiers went along the Napo to the west looking for food, but they could not come back. So Francisco de Orellana continued up to the Amazon and up to the Atlantic. So he made a trip of 9 months along the very slow, along the Amazon, and he saw these big cities along the Amazon. And said at a certain time, if you throw an arrow in the sky, it will forcefully fall on an Indian because they were so numerous. So he did arrive at the Carvajal, the priest, they did arrive after in Spain, but they were afraid of the queen reaction because they left their captain in the forest. They never come back. Many persons say, oh, they exaggerate to don't be killed by the queen. So they exaggerate. And nobody trusts what they said. They only trust one thing, and it's very funny. They trust the Amazon warriors, the female Amazon warriors. That is a completely legend, was trusted in Spain at this time, but not the existence of cities.
Wait, so say that again. So people in France accepted the Amazon wild?
In Spain.
In Spain accepted. Say that again?
At a certain time, they, at the end of their trip, when they are in the lower Amazon, they see again, they saw a very big troop of soldiers with 12 chiefs that were female chiefs. So they immediately said, oh, they are Amazon.
I got it. I have it.
And for that reason, the Amazon River is called Amazon River. It's the river of female warriors.
Wow.